among the most satisfying and enjoyable and actually most effective ways of growing and developing your business is to get rid of your customers. Okay, not quite all of them, but definitely to sack some of your customers. I'm Andrew Laurie from BGB, and today I want to work through a 3-step process for how to effectively get rid of some of your worst customers, and through doing that, grow your business, make it more profitable, and enjoy it more as well. Now, I should start by positioning this right. We've all heard that 20% of our customers are going to make us 80% of our revenue, 80% of our profit, and it's almost always true. But equally true is the fact that 20% of your customers are going to cause 80% of your headaches, probably use up 80% of your team's time, 80% of your hassles, and cause 80% of the loss or the profit reducing activity in the business. So there is a small number of customers who are absolutely fantastic. Absolutely. We all hear about that, and hopefully we focus on that. But don't forget, there's also a small number at the other end of the spectrum, and they cause just as big an impact. So there is good reason to get rid of them. And let's make sure we do it well, do it properly, and make sure we do it in a way that does actually improve the business. So here are the 3 steps. Start by just classifying your customers to get clear on who these people are. Now, at the top end of the spectrum, your raving fans, let's call those the A's. They're awesome. They buy the right things from you. They pay on time. They don't cause you any grief. They probably send you other referrals, that sort of thing. Fantastic. Make sure you're doing a great job of looking after them, of creating exceptional experience, exceeding their expectations, making them say, wow. Do it systematically and do it often. Your B's, your second group, are basically pretty good. They might not be sending you referrals. They might not be spending quite as much as the A's, but they're buying regularly. They're buying the right sorts of things. They're no hassle to deal with. These are good customers and form, by the way, the foundation for any successful business. You want to have plenty of those. Now, your C grade customers, these are the ones you can't deal with on this basis. So maybe these are people who do buy a bit from you. They have the potential to be a B, or maybe they have the potential to be an A. But at the moment, there's something about the way they work with you that's not quite... Maybe they pay late occasionally. Maybe they want occasionally too many returns from them. Change things that might use up a bit too much time. So these are people you're going to have to just reset the relationship. You're going to have to communicate with them how things need to change. Now, sometimes that can be as simple as, look, we want to work with you, but need to advise that our rates are going up. Charge them more. Make it worth dealing with them. Maybe it's changing the terms of your trade with them, changing the payment terms, get them to pay in advance if they've been paying late. Those sorts of things. So make it clear you'd like to work with them, you'd like to deliver fantastic service and products to them, but it will just be on adjusted terms. The 4th category, D. So we've had our awesomes, A's, our B's are basically pretty good. Our C's you can't deal with on this basis. Our D's need to be dead to you. Get rid of them. These are people who are not going to cut the mustard. They pay late, they haggle, they maybe don't pay at all. they buy the worst things, the cheapest things, and cause a lot of grief. These ones you need to communicate with quickly and just move them on. Often, the way this is done is to thank them, advise that you'll no longer be able to serve them, and guide them, refer them to one of your competitors. Allow your competitors to have the pleasure of dealing with these people. Let these people go and waste your competitors' time. So create clear plans for all 4 groups, for your A's, your B's, your C's, and your D's. In the case of your D's, the plan needs to be get rid of them and act on it. So your second step we want to talk about, if we've started step 1 by just getting really clear, literally a clear list of A's, B's, C's, and D's. Step 2 is to go and implement those plans and make sure you and your team are systematically actioning those plans, wowing your A's, trying to build your B's into A's, perhaps helping them to even get better. C's, improve them, upgrade them, or move them on. D's, move them on immediately. So doing that with discipline, doing it quickly is the key second step. Now the third step, and this one unfortunately sometimes gets forgotten, but the third step is use the time, invest that time. By doing this, you're going to save you and your team some time, probably a considerable chunk, because these D grade customers have probably wasted quite a bit of time. So now reinvest that time in going and getting more A-grade customers, more raving fans. So sit down and be really clear on what those people look like. Have a plan for how you're going to get them. Get clear on what do you need to offer them to win them. And then have clear actions for you and your team to pursue to go out and win more and more of those A's. Now, I had a great experience in my first year or two of coaching where one of my clients, a bookkeeping company, they fired more people, more customers than any business I've ever heard of, ever studied, ever worked with. And yet they were my second fastest growing client. And what they did really well, I mean, they were quick to move people on, but they really focused hard on investing that newly created free time in going out and getting more great customers. And it was wonderful for their business. In the end, this is a strategy that can be implemented very quickly. There is no risk with it. Getting rid of bad customers never hurts. Focus the time on going and getting more great customers. And what happens, you can implement this quickly. It will fairly soon be growing your business. And because you're now growing it with good quality customers, it's actually growing the profit as well, growing your margins as well, and perhaps best of all, it's just making it more enjoyable. For you and your team, working with great customers, with A-grade customers, even B-grade customers, is fun, is enjoyable. It's a nice place to be. Working with D-grade customers, bit of a nightmare. Get rid of them, get lots of A's and B's, go out there, enjoy it. It's another way of growing your business and making it more enjoyable at the same time. All the best.